Hey guys, it's Childish and welcome back to the channel. In order to celebrate our 8-year anniversary event, we're going to be doing something super fun for y'all. We're going to be talking about 8 different things that you probably don't know about Summoner's War. For those that don't know, I've been a Summoner's War content creator since 2014, so even though you guys are hearing this right now, I actually lived it, which is why I feel I'm qualified, okay, to make this video. So the first thing I want to head up today is going to be GB10 Farming. All of you guys are pretty familiar when it comes to creating compositions, auto farming, you know, setting it times 10 and whatnot. Okay, that's new school. Okay, old school used to be manual farming, 3-minute runs with the unit Finn. Now, if you guys don't know what Finn is the water imp in the game that has an ability that allows you to bring in 4 dots if you crit on the unit with a skill 3 here. So basically, we would have to manual each specific monster leading up to the end, and essentially our goal was to see if we can land up to, I think it was like 5 or was it 8 or 9? No, 10 dots, so we can get the full dot. And if you miss one crit, it was over 3 minutes were wasted. You had to start back again. So I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but moving on to number 2, we're gonna go from GB10 to DB10. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the DB10 mechanic, right now with the right tower, I believe you could put an immunity on after it gets a turn here. But back in the day, it used to be an invulnerability buff. So one of the things that people used to utilize was the Fire Viking, being able to steal buffs with his passive. So literally you can use one of the easiest free-to-play units in the game to essentially solo GB10 if you wanted to. And since we're on the topic of DB10, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Vertigo. You guys already know right now, Vertigo is one of the most strongest units in the game without question, providing the attack bar manipulation when it crits on a unit. But back in the day, what you did not know is that Vertigo's passive could be stacked with multiple Vertigos, so you can bring in 2 Vertigos, 3 Vertigos, and essentially keep on getting that attack bar manipulation similar to the Tricario composition, and essentially get what you want by not allowing the enemy to basically take a turn. Moving on now from dragons to Necro. One of the craziest things that I remember back in the day was the mechanic of Necro being able to revive after it loses its life. Well, as you guys know, there's a couple of units in the game that have an anti-revive mechanic. The one that I think about the most is going to be Mara, the Dark Amazon. She used to be able to one-shot the Necro boss and essentially be able to get herself a clean win because the boss could not revive and the runs were like outrageously fast. Next one up is going to be HOH. As you guys know, when it comes to these events here, we get 10 opportunities, right? Is it 10 tries? Is it 10 tries?
10 tries, 10 floors.
10 tries, 10 floors. 10 floors to be able to collect ourselves up to 250 pieces. But way back in the day, there used to be unlimited HOH, basically starting from Friday to Sunday, giving you guys almost 72 hours to essentially farm as many pieces as possible. And so I think when I used to farm, I used to get anywhere from 1,400, 1,500, almost 2,000 pieces. I would literally set aside everything that I had in my real life to get as many copies of the unit as possible. So the thing I got to talk to you about is Violent Runes. If you guys don't know, way back in the day in season 1 of RTA, there used to be an unlimited amount of Violent Procs here. Now it's capped at one time, right? So back in the day, we used to have basically matches won or lost due to how many Violent Procs a unit would get here. Moving on to number 7, it's going to be the server merge. So for those that don't know, way back in the day, there used to be literally one server that everybody was on, the global server. But Comptos was so nice enough to split those servers to give us what? Asia, Europe, I think we got Japan, Korea, China, if I recall correctly. And so they offered us a whopping 300 crystals to go ahead and move over to that server, right? But way back in the day, 300 crystals was the world. If you wanted it, you went for it, you move on to the server, and you just, yeah, that was it. Last but not least, we got to talk about arena defenses. So for those that don't know, when it comes to arena defense, there's a lot of things that you incorporate now when you're creating the composition, but all that stuff was kind of set off to the side because of a couple of different units out there in the game, namely Lucian. Lucian was one of the main units out there when it comes to arena offense that everyone had a struggle dealing with. So they created compositions that were mono element in nature that essentially motivated Lucian losers to not attack this. So some fire defenses out there that would include units like Chloe, Fire Mummy, Rakan, Arnold, or Double Arnold, or Triple Arnold. Water compositions similar to Camilla, Praha, Double Rena. I mean, they had just a heaps of compositions that people utilize. Again, fire units just to make those Lucians go away, but water units to go ahead and trap the opponent with a high amount of HP and then secure the win afterwards. So those are 8 things you guys probably don't know about Summoner's War. Now, if you could do me a favor, show your support, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know some of the things that you guys remember if you are old school like me, okay? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.